All right, Kenny Smith, Total Force Holdings. How many of you knew security officers could run a K-9 unit? Security companies, at least. Well, they can. There's a guard dog license in North Carolina that allows you to effectively have a K-9 unit. You can take your security officers, I would strongly recommend armed officers, obviously, and put them on a site with a purpose-trained guard dog and roll as a conventional patrol K-9 unit. That's obviously something that's a big deal to me. I no longer have a working dog, but when I get my next working dog, that's going to be one of the licenses I'll look at pursuing. Because I love working with working dogs. That's like one of my things. I love a good pointy ear bitey dog. Malinois, German Shepherd, Dutch Shepherd. Those are my thing. But yeah, you can absolutely, you don't have to be a cop, be a K-9 handler. You can absolutely do that in the private security industry. Now, I don't know how many jobs there are doing that, but like for myself, right, as an independent contractor, that's just another thing I can offer a client. So not a bad thing. If you're like me and you like security work and you like dogs and you like training dogs and you like working with dogs, that might be something to look at. Now, I know several of the guys and gals from bigger security companies that I follow here on TikTok and on Instagram, they have a K-9. They have working dogs, and I think that's awesome. The force multiplication abilities for the security officer of a working dog are just massive. Like, there's a lot you can do with a dog and a human can't do. Well, for one of the calls I got working as a uniformed security officer in the projects a few years ago, a kid run off. They think they're just missing. They're just missing. Well, if I would have had that license and brought my German Shepherd that I had at the time, who was one hell of a tracking dog, if I'd have brought him out there, it probably wouldn't have took us 4 hours to find that little kid had just decided to like lay down behind a dumpster and was like literally asleep taking a nap. And no harm come to the kid, nothing like that. But I mean, that's the kind of thing that security officers typically are typically the first responder to that call, because it takes PD a few minutes to get there. And so they'll call the security guys on duty. Like, we had a phone for the gate, and it's like, hey, y'all need to start looking for this. We'll be there when we can, but going ahead and like take some statements and get us some information so we got something to work with, and put a bolo out amongst yourselves. Be on the lookout for this child. So stuff like that can happen, and the nose knows. The dog goes a long way. And then you get the deterrent factor. Criminals are not likely to want to enter a property patrolled by a dog. If nothing else, a dog barks. A dog attached to a trained security officer with the powers to detain or arrest in some states, not this one. We have powers to detain but not arrest. Yeah, like that goes a long way. They don't want a part of that. So all but your most dedicated will leave you alone because of that dog. And then you get the force multi. If you get in a fight, all the bullshit stops when the back door pops. And that's the truth when a working dog's on scene. So good thing to get into.